actually done with the book of love, but we will have 2 more sessions to wind up that thing and move on to the next book. Today I will take certain parts from the end part of the book of love and little background connected with that. Basically, the points which are there connected with the end passage of Savitri are very deep, and we have to see several shades which come here. Yeah, see, the last section begins with this 105.1. Then down the narrow path where their lives had met, he led and showed to her her future world, love's refuge and corner of happy solitude. That is how the last section opens. You see. Now here there are significant hints, suggestions of an occult kind in this one. The narrow path in this mortal world, where there are so many uncertainties, where there are vicissitudes of life. This may happen, that may happen, but for a particular thing to happen, the path is really narrow. Savitri is somewhere, Satyavani is somewhere, how they are going to meet and how they are going to be together and all that. I mean, there is so much of uncertainty in the working of nature here that we cannot really imagine that they could really meet at all. And therefore we have got a narrow path. In the way of the world, this is a narrow path actually. In the language of physics, we would say that the cross-section of the interaction is very, very small, minuscule. That the two people come together and just meet here. One may come here and one may go like that, you see, not really interact at all. See. So that can happen easily. So the cross-section of interaction is very small there in the language of physics. That is why it is narrow path. That they should really come together and collide, so to say, and then produce the results, you see, like that, you see. Narrow path. Then he says, very important phrase here, where their lives had met. This is not for the first time that they are going to meet. This is not the first time where they will come together here at this point, in this place, meet and do something, whatever is to be done here. Their life means, in other words, this is a meeting which is going on life after life from time to time, like that. And therefore, where their lives had met, he led and showed to her her future world. Now that is the future world. Narrow path, their lives had met, their future world. Although in the language of the story it is a very simple matter, the path is very narrow and they are going together, they are meeting here, and they have come together somehow, had met here earlier, and future world, it means that they will get married, they will live together and that kind of a thing. That is what the story line would mean. But the future world has a different connotation here, obviously. A new creation, new beginning of things, it is that which will start happening from this particular moment onward. It has already taken place, they have met together, and love's refuge and corner of happy solitude. That is the corner of happy solitude. So it is, in a certain sense, it is the corner of happy solitude, you see. Absolutely, nobody is around, they are there together, they meet, only trees, mountains, rivers, and things like that all around, you see. They meet here, and things will happen here from that, you see. Happy solitude, of course, in the context of their coming together, of joining into each other's life, the marriage has taken place. Therefore, happy, solitude, all the surroundings are there. There is nobody else around to watch them. You see, they have come together and will be here all together. Then at the path end, through a green cleft in the trees, she saw a clustering line of hermit roots and looked now first on her heart's future home, the thatch that covered the life of Satyavan. So at the end of that narrow path, you have got a group of thatches, parna kutis, I would say in Sanskrit. Parna means leaf, dry leaf. Kuti means where you stay, a little house. So there are a lot of hermitages like that, and the rishi, the sages, the people who are going to do spiritual practices, they will be staying there, hermit roots. Therefore, it is also the mood of anchorites. The solitude is a mood of anchorites who have abandoned the world, who have abandoned the secular life, and who have devoted themselves now entirely to the spiritual pursuit. It is in that place they are going to meet here. The thatch that covered the life of Satyavan, adorned with creepers and red climbing flowers. We have seen last time red climbing flowers. Madhumalati is one of the examples which comes to my mind. All of them shining their lustrous, you see, all these beautiful trees are there, you see. And then it is these which are adorning the place, you see. It's a very lovely tree, and as I told you, the significance of this flower, the meaning given by the mother for this flower is called faithfulness. Faithfulness, to be together faithfully, you see. So it is very significantly brought out in the poetic connotation also here. Red climbing flower, it seemed a sylvan beauty in a dream, slumbering with brown body and tumbled hair in a chamber inviolate of emerald fields, emerald, all green trees, forest, that you see. Around it stretched a forest anchorite mood. That is the important thing, forest anchorite mood. The spiritual atmosphere is there all around, and in that atmosphere they are meeting here. Actually, there is a certain sense of anchorite mood in this place here. Solitude is there, anchorite is there, very quiet, very calm. This is a picture of the Western Ghats, lost in the depths of his own solitude, then moved with a deep joy, she could not speak. A little depth of it quivering in her words. We have seen this last time. Her happy voice cried out to Satyavan, my heart will stay here on this forest verge and close to this thatched roof while I am far. Yes, I have to go back and report to my father while I have to go back, but my heart will stay here with you. Now of more wandering, it has no need. She has been traveling from place to place for months and months. Now that is all over. This is the place where I am going to stay now in future. This is the place. But I must haste back to my father's house, which soon will lose one loved accustomed trade. She will be moving in the palace, in the halls, in the gardens and all that thing. And everybody in the family will be very familiar with that moment of Savitri there in the house. You see, the princess, the royal princess, radiant daughter. But now all my relatives, my colleagues, my friends there, they will miss me there in the palace, because I had to leave the palace and come back and stay here and listen in vain for a once cherished voice. That is the cherished voice of Savitri. For soon I shall return. Yes, I have to come back here shortly, very soon. Nor ever again oneness must sever its recovered place. Yes, I will come back unless something else happens. As I said, the two possibilities that somebody else higher up decides that this bliss of joining together must be broken, separated, severed. Somebody else up there, well, it is a destiny or whatever you call it, or higher will, it is a possibility. She is saying like that. Or fate, the forces of nature work in such a way that we separate again for whatever reason we or fates under our lives while life is ours. But if these two things don't happen, I can assure you that I will come back soon. I will be here shortly. Soon I shall return. Once more she mounted on the caravan car. Now this is the puzzling line. Puzzling line. We have seen that thing earlier also to some extent, but we can revisit this line. Obviously here the next line says, and under the azure of fiery noon. So all that thing is happening when the sun is at the zenith, at the top. Bright sun. The marriage has taken place at the noon. And as I said earlier, that noon is a significant thing because it is exactly 1 year after this moment Satyavan will die. So that noon is important from that angle, you see. At every point he says that, you see. Less bright, that is a bit of a poetry, all right. Now, mounted on the caravan car, the puzzle is Satyavan and Savitri have met together somewhere. Now, he has taken her to show her future home, that is his thatch, where his parents stay. This is the place, this is the house where I live. He is showing it to her. And now she is mounting the caravan car and going back. The frames which are missing here are something like this. Savitri and Satyavan have met here. The huts are here, thatches are here. Did they walk like that together? Or they came together with a chariot and after showing that place, she takes the chariot again and goes away? Does it happen? Or they walk back from the thatch to the place where they met, where the chariot is standing. He said, descend from the chariot. And from that point onward, they are walking. So it means that they are walking from that place to the place where Dhimasena, Satyavan stays. They are walking there. And in other words, they have to now go back again from that place to the place where the chariot is parked, is staying. They have gone together, they have come back together again. It's like that. The chariot is not following them at all. It is Savitri who herself is driving the chariot. So the chariot is left here. And therefore, they have to go together. Unless you say that Savitri is walking back alone to this chariot and he says bye-bye or whatever it is, you see. It's not that. They are going together to the place where the chariot is. And from there, then she mounts the chariot and goes back, returns to the palace from there. Basically, I mean, that is what the narrative is here. But in the original story, as we have in the Mahabharata, Vyasa Savitri, this whole scene is missing, is not present there at all. The book of love, so to say, is not present in Mahabharata story of Vyasa Savitri. It is not present there at all. Book of love is not there in that sense. He simply described that she is going from place to place, wandering from place to place in search of a future life partner. And that's all. And then she immediately comes back to the palace, and there in the palace she sees Narad sitting with her parents. What has happened in between, that is kept away by Vyasa. Shebendhu has taken that particular portion and elaborated here in great detail in the book of love. In other words, the book of love is missing in the Mahabharata story. But what is missing in Shebendhu's story is the ritualistic part of the marriage. Ritualistic. The Vedic ceremony of the marriage. That is not. Vyasa describes that. He describes that in great detail. Yeah. He describes that thing, you see. Now, we will see that thing shortly. Basically, your point was last time, and it cannot be really answered, but it is there. Why is it that Savitri has to come back and meet Satyavan and live with him? Why can't Satyavan go and stay with Savitri? You see, well, there are aspects of civilization, aspects of tradition, aspects of culture, and the ancient culture, you can say, was of a different type than what we have now here. Basically, it was an agro-based civilization. The property, the land, there was no industries as such. It was an agro-based civilization. Everything was, it was a patriarchal society. Basically, it was a patriarchal society. And therefore, what happens is in the house of the patriarch, basically. So when the girl gets married, she goes from her parents' house to the house, new house where her husband stays there, you see. Because the whole property is there, she is now the Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and fortune, who has come to a new house. The girl coming after the marriage to the house, it means that she has brought fortune, she has brought Lakshmi, wealth, riches to the house. So she is most welcome there. She is treated in a very royal way from that point of view, see there. And being a patriarchal society, being an agro-based society, that is how the systems evolved, developed. And the very word, Sanskrit word for marriage is vivaha. Vivaha, that's the Sanskrit word for marriage. Vivaha. Now the etymological root of the word is vi together, vaha. Vaha, second part. Vaha means carry. It is the girl who is carried for the boy to the new house. That is what the vivaha means. It is the girl who is taken, carried by him to a new house, and she is going to build a new creation in his place there, in his house. She is going to create a new world in his house. Vaha means carry, basically. To carry away the journey of the newly wedded bride to her husband's place. That is the meaning of the word vivaha. The journey means journeying from her house to the new house. Means that is so. Now that is the meaning of the traditional marriage which is there in the patriarchal societies. And the ancient societies lived like that, you see. It happened always like that, everywhere, you see. The modern times are of course different. In fact, nobody stays nowhere. After marriage, they establish their own new household, basically, you see. But here, being a joint family or whatever you want to call it, that kind of a system, it is she who comes and builds up a new creation there in the love. So that way, I think it is perfectly understandable why Savitri has to come back and stay with Satyavan, and not Satyavan staying with Savitri's parents. In fact, his personality will not develop, will not flower under the weight of some other patriarch, an elderly person. His personality will not flower there at all, you see. If his personality has to flower, it will be under his own parents. They are the ones who will make it flower, you see. So she has to come back and stay there. That is the way of looking at it. Essentially, as I said, the word vivaha is a very significant word from that point of view. She is carried to the new house. And therefore she stays there. Now remained with her heart's constant scene. And as I told you, prefer to heaven her soul's temple and home. This thatch, this Satyavan, is her temple. As we have seen earlier many times, Savitri is described as the perfect temple for the God of love, perfect shrine for the God of love, for Satyavan. But now it is this place which is a temple for Savitri. Yeah.